In 1867, a British army officer lowered himself through a hole in the bedrock of Jerusalem and found something that should not have existed. A tunnel, ancient, cut by hand, running directly beneath what the Bible called the City of David. The officer's name was Charles Warren, and what he found beneath the stone was only the beginning. For the next 150 years, every major excavation beneath this city would uncover the same thing. Physical evidence that matched the Bible's descriptions with a precision that no one expected. Walls where the Bible said walls would be. Names where the Bible said names were carved. Structures that had been dismissed as legend found layer by layer, exactly where the text said to look. This is the story of the ground beneath Jerusalem, and why the fight over these 35 acres may be the most consequential conflict on earth. Warren's shaft was only the first layer. In 1979, archaeologists working near the southern wall of the Temple Mount pulled a carved stone object from the earth. A small ivory pomegranate, barely 6 centimeters tall. On its shoulder, an inscription in ancient Hebrew, belonging to the temple of the Lord, holy to the priests. The temple, the one described in Kings and Chronicles, the one that critics had argued was exaggerated, mythologized, perhaps never as grand as the Bible claimed. Here was its inventory, carved in ivory, waiting in the dirt. That pomegranate is now in the Israel Museum. You can see it today. And it is only one of dozens of objects, inscriptions, and structures that have surfaced from beneath the city, each one matching the text with a specificity that cannot be explained by coincidence. But artifacts are one thing, names are another. In 1982, a clay seal was found in Jerusalem, a bulla, the kind used to stamp official documents. The inscription read, "Belonging to Zechariah, son of Shaphan." That name appears in Jeremiah chapter 36. A scribe who read the scroll of Jeremiah to the people in the temple court. He was considered fictional by some scholars, a literary device. Then his seal came out of the ground. Since then, archaeologists have identified the personal seals of at least 50 individuals named in the Hebrew Bible. 50 people who were supposed to be stories, confirmed as historical by their own signatures. The ground beneath Jerusalem is not a mythology archive. It is a historical record, and it keeps agreeing with the text. To understand why this ground matters so much, you have to understand what it has already survived. The first temple, built by Solomon, destroyed by Babylon in 586 BC. The city rebuilt. The second temple, expanded by Herod into one of the wonders of the ancient world, destroyed by Rome in 70 AD. The city rebuilt again. Hadrian raised a pagan city over its ruins. The Byzantines built churches above it. The Umayyads raised the Dome of the Rock in 691 AD, and it has stood there ever since. Every civilization that has touched this ground has understood something instinctively. This is not ordinary land. This is the axis point of 3 world religions, 2 peoples, and 2,000 years of unresolved conflict. And beneath all of it, every layer of conquest and construction, the stone keeps talking.
In the year 520 BC, a prophet named Zechariah wrote something that would have seemed impossible to anyone reading it at the time. He wrote that Jerusalem would become, in his exact words, a burdensome stone for all people, that all nations would gather against it, that it would be the center of a conflict that could not be resolved. He wrote this when Jerusalem was a pile of ruins, when the temple had been ash for 60 years, when the city had no walls, no king, and no reason for any nation to care about it. And yet here we are, 2,500 years later. And the United Nations has voted on the status of this city more than any other location on Earth. Every world power has a position on these 35 acres. 3 billion people claim this ground as holy. Zechariah did not predict a vague spiritual conflict. He described what is happening in real time. And what comes next in his text has not happened yet. Today, access to the ground beneath the Temple Mount is one of the most politically charged issues in the world. The Islamic Waqf, which administers the site, has historically restricted archaeological excavation directly on the plateau. In 1999, construction work for an underground mosque displaced an estimated 400 tons of ancient soil, material that archaeologists had not been able to screen. Volunteers from the Temple Mount Sifting Project have been processing that soil ever since. What they have found: First Temple period pottery, seal impressions from the period of the Judean monarchy, a floor tile that matches the description of Herod's temple floor in the writings of Josephus. The ground is full, and it is still being fought over. Because what lies beneath this plateau is not just history, it is identity. And for certain groups on every side, identity is worth fighting for. Here is what the archaeology tells us. The ground confirms the text. Here is what the text tells us. This ground was always meant to be the center of everything. And here is what the geopolitical reality tells us. It already is. The 3 lines of evidence, physical, textual, historical, are not running in parallel. They are converging. Zechariah said nations would gather against Jerusalem. They are gathering. He said the city would be a burden no one could lift. No one has lifted it. He said those who attempt to move this stone would be cut to pieces. The history of every empire that has tried to control this ground without reckoning with what it represents. Babylon, Rome, the Crusades, the Ottoman Empire, is a record of civilizations that rose and fell and left the stone exactly where it was. The ground does not move. The stone does not move.
and the prophecy is not finished.
So, if the Bible's description of Jerusalem was just mythology, why does the ground keep proving it right? Because it was never mythology. The ivory pomegranate, the bulle with names from Jeremiah, Warren's shaft, the Herodian floor tiles, the tunnel systems, the walls, these are not symbols. They are objects. They are stone and clay and fired earth. And they keep agreeing century after century, with a text written by people who believed this ground was chosen for something that had not happened yet. The question is not whether the Bible described Jerusalem accurately. The record is clear. The question is whether what it describes next will be as accurate as everything that came before. Zechariah wrote that all nations would gather against this city, and that when they did, something would happen that would change everything. The ground is still here. The stone is still burdensome. The nations are still watching. And the prophecy is still open.